Did you know that over 70% of employees say they'd rather work for a leader who supports them over one who's just results driven? But here's the problem. The workplace has changed fast, and with remote work, AI, Gen Z's expectations, all these things are changing. And if you're still leading like it's 2010, you're already falling behind. So today I'm sharing 5 leadership techniques that are working right now in 2025. So let's dive in. Leading today isn't what it used to be. Leaders are facing big challenges. Like one, remote and hybrid work teams are scattered and culture suffers. The second is tech disruptions. AI is everywhere, but people fear being replaced. The third one is burnout and resignations. If employees don't feel valued, they leave. And constant uncertainty about the economy is rampant. Industries drive everything, and they keep shifting. So what do great leaders do? Well, they adapt. And here's the 5 things that you can do right now. Number 1, take on an adaptive leadership style and pivot with confidence. The best leaders adjust fast instead of sticking to outdated plans. As an example, a small bagel shop, Poppy's, saw their dining business crash during COVID. Instead of panicking, they pivoted. They went on Instagram and orders and local delivery overnight. They adapted and they thrived. So here are some actions that you can take to thrive also. Be open to change even if it feels uncomfortable. Test new ideas quickly without overthinking. And encourage your team to experiment without fear of failure. If you do, things will change right away. Number 2, emotional intelligence, leading with empathy. People don't quit jobs, they quit bad bosses. And leaders with high EQ build trust, loyalty, and better teams. A coaching client of mine noticed his team was burning out. Instead of pushing harder, he listened and adjusted workloads and gave them some time off and gave people the ability to have some breathing room. Productivity went up, not down. So here are some actions that you can take if people are feeling burnt out. Listen a little bit more than you talk and ask your team what they need. Recognize stress before it turns into burnout and show that you care. A quick check-in can go a long way. Number 3, inclusion over ego. Leadership is a team sport. Old school leaders think they need all the answers and that they have them. The best leaders, they listen and involve their teams. One of my favorite companies is Patagonia because they encourage employees to challenge ideas and innovate, which is why they're ranked as one of the best workplaces to be in. And here are some actions that you can take to include your team. Give them credit, not just orders. Make meetings a conversation, not a lecture. And encourage diverse perspectives. More ideas lead to better solutions. Number 4 is transformational leadership. As you know, my specialty, solutions leadership. Making work meaningful. People don't just want a paycheck, they want purpose. A hospital I was working with was struggling with burnout also. So they started sharing real patient stories at meetings. And it reminded the doctors and the nurses and the rest of the staff why their work really mattered. And you know what? Turnover dropped 30%. So here are some actions that you can take to connect your team's work to real impact. Recognize some of the small wins that matter, more than you think. Create a sense of purpose beyond the paycheck. And number 5 is data-driven decision making. Not always popular in today's world, but making work smarter, not harder. Forget gut feelings. Leaders today use data. A coaching client of mine owns a fitness studio and noticed Monday class attendance was awful. Instead of guessing why, they dug into the data. It turns out people wanting something more fun on Mondays. So they launched a high-energy Monday Kickstart, and it went unbelievable. It worked so well that it grew their business. So here are some actions that you can take also. Look at the numbers because they tell a story. Test a small bit of changes before committing to big changes, and use data to adjust and improve. You ask, what's the biggest leadership shift? It's not about having all the answers. It's about creating an environment where your team can thrive, adapt, and innovate. The best leaders today, they're not the bossiest or the smartest. They're the ones that are most adaptable to change. So quick recap, be adaptive and pivot fast. Don't cling to old plans. Lead with EQ because empathy beats authority. Listen more because the best ideas come from your team, and make work meaningful. People stay when they care. Use data, not just gut feelings, and adjust based on facts. That's what you've got to do to make the changes today, and these techniques will take you to the top. If you liked it, sharing is caring. Like the video and please subscribe to our channel. Till the next time, keep making it happen. To learn more about solutions-oriented leadership, please visit our website at rickgoodman.com, or feel free to email me at info@rickgoodman.com, and please subscribe to the Solutions Oriented Leader on iTunes or your favorite podcast app